What's happening, film nerds? David the Film Junkie here. Got my fan on. It's hot in here. What's going on, guys? It's late. It's already 10:30. Apologize for not posting any videos or posting this any sooner. It's just because I was at the movies. Thursday is always like I go see the new movies because, sadly, the Film Junkie doesn't get invited to the advanced screenings quite yet. I still got to figure that part out. I've figured some of it out, but then it also requires me to drive to like LA if that's going to happen. And that's a ways away. It's about an hour and a half away. So, yeah. So Thursdays are right. I saw Jason Bourne. I'll be posting my first reaction review and then my full review tomorrow on the other channel. So be sure to check that out. But anyways, we're gonna talk about that CW Superman. That's right, Tyler Hoechlin. I am terrible with last names. We're gonna talk about that costume now. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, and you should, because I just post nothing but brilliance on that thing. I've been retweeting a lot of people's stuff and just kind of talking about it. And my first reaction is, he looks awkward. He looks really awkward. And it's him that looks awkward. And I think that was like everybody's reaction was just kind of like, what? Like, I'm looking at the image right now, and the way he's standing, he looks awkward. And I really have no beef with the costume. The costume actually looks really cool. They really kept the type of costume style, like looks like the fabric is similar to hers. She looks awesome, by the way. She looks gorgeous. And what's her name? Melissa Benoist or whatever. I think she's beautiful. And I still haven't watched Supergirl yet. I'm going to. I'm getting around to it. I finished Arrow season 4 and Flash season 2. I'm gonna get into Legends of Tomorrow, Gotham, and then Supergirl. I still got a lot of TV to catch up on. Just finding the time is really fucking hard. Anyways, it's him that looks really. He looks frail, okay, and it's his eyes. He has dead eyes, man. He's also got like a 5 o'clock shadow thing going on, and I'm like, all right, if you're gonna play, no. Either Superman has a beard or he doesn't, or he's just clean shaven. I mean, look at Cavill. I mean, somebody actually photoshopped both of them together. You see this image right here. That looks pretty cool, but I mean, somebody brought up the point. It's like, that's Superman and Bizarro right there, because I mean, look at the pigment, the skin pigment, and just the eyes and everything. And I was really kind of hoping for a spit curl. I'm not gonna lie, because they didn't really have one with Cavill. They kind of did when he was getting his ass handed to him by Superman and Batman vs. Superman. It kind of fell forward, but I was kind of hoping for a spit curl. I really was. I was like, why not they just bring back the spit curl? I'm glad they didn't. I was worried that they were going to bring back the red chonies on the outside, but they didn't do that. Okay, the costume. The costume looks good. The boots are different, even though they're lifted, which it makes him, they're actually more, somebody zoomed in. If you actually zoom in on both boots, his are more lifted than hers. It's kind of funny. I guess he's not a tall dude. They didn't bring back the chones, but the boots look pretty cool. They got the belt thing going. That's fine. I don't mind that. Somebody actually compared it to the Injustice Superman costume, as you can see right here, and it does. You got the logo, which is the traditional logo, which is really nice looking, and the cape just kind of drapes over, almost connects to it, not quite like it does in Injustice, but it's pretty cool. Like, the costume itself is good. He just looks really awkward, okay? And this is also another thing I thought about too. He looks like the Flashpoint Superman, who is skinny and pale because we all know the story that he was kidnapped by the government and put underground and never got the radiation from the yellow sun, never got his powers, so he's all weak and frail. I mean, he does. And then I feel bad because a lot of people are hating on this. Not a lot of people are like, now, granted, we have to give him a chance. We do. Because I remember when the Flash costume, the Grant Gustin Flash costume came about, a lot of people gave that shit too. They thought it looked awful. And then all of a sudden, everybody loved that show. Same thing with her. Same thing with the Wonder Woman costume. People were giving shit about that. People always give shit. Whenever a new costume is unveiled, they always compare it to something else, and they always give it shit. Now, I mean, that even happened with the Justice League. With Flash, mainly. Not Aquaman and his new style armor. People were all right with that. I think the biggest gripe was like, there's not enough gold and green like that. Really, I think people wanted really to have. But I mean, it's Zack Snyder, man. He likes the dulled colors. Cyborg, everybody was all right with Cyborg. It's just because Cyborg's costume is full on, just straight out of the comic. They just said, just do it just like how it looks right there in the book. They didn't really modify. I mean, nobody really gave a shit to Wonder Woman's costume either. But Flash, the Flash, the Ezra Miller Flash, they compared it. I was wondering when it was going to happen because I thought the same thing too. Somebody compared it to the new Power Rangers costumes. Everybody compares everything to everything else. That's just the way it is nowadays, and it sucks that that's the case. That everybody's just always going to shit on everything that comes out and compare it to something else. Because I mean, let's face facts. There's nothing new and super new and fresh that's going to come about. It's always about tweaking. But he just looks like he needs some sun. I mean, he's really pale, and he needs to get rid of that 5 o'clock shadow shit going on. It just doesn't look good. And in his eyes, he looked like dead eyes, man. But like I said, and then I mean, like again, compared to Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's got about 30 pounds of muscle on him, man. Like bulk him up a little bit more. It's not hard. I mean, they could do that. They could hire a trainer and just start shoving fucking bare chicken breasts down his throat. I mean, they could do that, and he can snack on drywall and pieces of bark too, right? That's what they do. So yeah, that's my thoughts about it. I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm anxious to see. I have to watch season 1 first, but I'm anxious to see him in action, see what he's like, because so far, stuff on the CW has been relatively good, starting off. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, he looks interesting. Like that wasn't a good shot. And they're also standing on the Superman logo, which was interesting. I didn't notice that at first. Somebody pointed that out to me on my Twitter. But yeah, let me know your thoughts about the costume down below. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What's going on here? Do you like it? Do you hate it? You're like, are you gonna give it a chance? Let me know your thoughts, guys, and that's all I'm going to talk about tonight. Like I said, look for my first reaction review for Jason Bourne, as well as my full-on review on my other channel tomorrow, as well as catching up on other videos, too. There's some shit that came out today that I'll be talking about on the other channel, so please subscribe to both channels. Go to filmjunkie.com. Have some fun. Take your pants off. All right, guys? I'll talk to you later.